This is the video where I break down my secrets to drafting breakout quarterbacks and go over my overall quarterback drafting strategy in fantasy football. There are three key things that I look for when I'm trying to identify quarterbacks who are being underdrafted and could become top 5 guys by the end of the year. Playing fantasy football for over 20 years, I win about 40 to 50% of the leagues that I'm in, a very uncommonly high percentage, and a big part of that is my quarterback strategy, which depends on three things. First, my general strategy for drafting quarterbacks is generally to wait until later, especially in deeper leagues. I'm talking about 12 teams and up. I almost always will wait to draft a quarterback. You can make an argument that drafting Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson is actually a quite safe pick this year, but my issue is that back in 2008, I drafted Tom Brady after a historic year, and what did he do? Tore his ACL in the first quarter of week 1. Me drafting top quarterbacks is basically the Madden curse, so I've avoided it since then. Number 1, I want to make sure that the quarterback has a mediocre defense. I've talked about this in other videos. It's a big thing I'm using my AI models to help project this year, but I want to have a bad defense behind my quarterback because that means that they'll get more garbage time, more playing from behind, more up-tempo offense. And elite quarterbacks need volume to achieve at the highest level. It's not just skill, it's opportunity. Number 2, I look for offensive upgrades. This could be to the offensive line, getting better pass protection. That can make a huge difference for a quarterback. Again, my AI models help with offensive line projections. It could be a wide receiver or tight end or even running back upgrade too, to make the defense have to worry about more weapons. The surrounding players matter a lot for QB success. I've been pretty good at identifying who's going to be the breakout guy the next year. There's usually a lot of late quarterbacks and at least one of them is going to hit. I also like to keep a track of offensive coordinators and head coach changes. Play calling can make a huge difference for quarterbacks. And finally, this is a big thing that I've been stressing for years that the fantasy community is finally catching on to, is rushing upside. This is another thing that takes skill out of the equation and makes it so that you can guess breakout guys based on the opportunity way more consistently than being an expert NFL talent scout. This is what had me targeting Jaden Daniels in all of my leagues last year. It's what had me get Lamar Jackson before he broke out. Time and time again, drafting a quarterback, especially a younger quarterback with rushing upside, can pay huge dividends. The main reason for this is that passing TDs is usually 4 points and rushing TDs are usually 6 points. And if you have a guy who's a serious threat to get rushing TDs, then the expected fantasy points per possession in the red zone go way up. This isn't even necessarily the fastest guys. These are guys who just have some of those goal line instincts. They either have some good brawn to them to get those QB sneaks at the 1 yard line. I'm looking at you, Jalen Hurts. Or they could be guys just with great elusiveness and vision. I'm looking at Lamar Jackson. Obviously the speed helps too. So who are the quarterbacks this year that I think could break out that are being drafted late in drafts? I'll make another video on that. Subscribe, follow me if you want to see more of that. Also go to my site, fansports.com. That's where I have my full rankings. They're very different than most expert rankings. I want to give you guys the best stuff out there, share my secrets. Let me know what you thought. Stay learning. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.